Have Manchester United figured out a way to get rid of problem child Jadon Sancho? Is it swap shot time? Has Ten Hag gone down the Dutch route again? Have you got issues with that? Why is it always people and players that he knows or knows of from the Eredivisie? We could be going down that road yet again. Malen is now the next name touted for Manchester United. Well, supposedly so. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about a couple of other players, look ahead towards Bournemouth as well, and of course, get all your opinions and all your comments on everything that we talk about in the show today. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Welcome along to Forever United TV, FUTV, your place for all the Manchester United news. And we're real. Yes, we are. Let's get into it, everyone. Hello. Hope you all fantastic. Hope you're all doing fantastically well, I should say. It's swap shop time for Manchester United, it would seem. I think Manchester United right now are in a position, like we discussed last night, we're trying to get rid of players, figure out how much we could get for players in this transfer market. There isn't many options for us in terms of recouping any money right now. So we have to be clever, we have to be savvy. So let's have a look at what we can do. And we did that last night. We got rid of a few. I think we raised around about 100 million. And it was fun doing it. But the reality stinks. And that is that United will always struggle to get rid of players because they're either like Sancho, a big issue, or they're on stupid amounts of money, also like Sancho, plus his big issue, meaning a big problem in terms of getting rid of him. And we have to figure out alternatives, different ways to get the deal done and dusted. So, how are we doing it? Well, reports today, reportedly from Christian Folk, are that Manchester United are looking to do a swap deal with Donyell Malen, sorry, I got that first name wrong there. Dutch winger, plays left, plays right, 24 years old, playing for Dortmund right now. So, realistically, in terms of the, let's say the realistic parameter, we would say Dortmund, Sancho, best time of his career, that's a tick. The fact that we're getting a player coming back who's Dutch and is a replacement for Sancho and can play left or right hand side, it's another tick. And Manchester United are not spending any money. That's another tick in terms of the owners and where we are as a club right now and how much we're having to deal with for financial fair play. The big question is here, are Manchester United just taking another player on board simply just to get rid of a problem? And do we need this other player? That's what we're looking at. And I feel like that's the big question and why Manchester United fans should be discussing this more than anything else. And it's why Manchester United fans are probably struggling with the thought of this. I've just checked out a few from the initial news coming out, just a few comments and a few people's opinions on this. It's like, just going to get lumbered with another player. How good is he? What's he going to bring to Manchester United? Honestly, if Sancho's wages are gone and we've got another player there who we can structure into our playing staff, he's a decent enough player. I mean, you only have to look through. I mean, let's just have a quick look into what we're actually dealing with here with Donyell Malen. Obviously, Dutch international. He's come through the Ajax, the Arsenal and PSV Youth Academy. So not bad, not bad. Well known by Ten Hag again through the Eredivisie links like that. He had a good season. He's had a good few seasons for PSV where he was spotted by Dortmund and then taken in there. He scored a few goals as well for Borussia Dortmund. I mean, not too bad so far this season. 19 games, 5 goals. He's had a good season last season as well. I mean, the PSV one is the one that stands out for me. I mean, he's got 55 goals and 24 assists in 116 games for PSV. Yes, it is the Eredivisie. Yes, you can say the standard of that league isn't as good as we're finding out plenty of times at this football club. But it is a goal every game, a goal contribution every other game, sorry. And right now, Jadon Sancho is offering absolutely nothing. Absolutely nothing. We talked about Ahmad coming back yesterday. Do we really need another player coming in for Manchester United right now? I look at it, to be honest, it doesn't really excite me that much. I understand stats. I understand what people will do and say he's a good player, but for me, I look at it and I go, probably not. Honestly, I'm not too concerned about that. We just need to get rid of Sancho, but then arguing with it at the same time in a way of, we need Sancho off our books, and this is a player that's going to be a lot less wages. You're probably going to be able to bring Malen in for less than 100 grand a week, and Sancho's on 350. That's a big chunk off, and a player that we probably have got a bit of sell-on factor with as well. And you never know, he may hit the ground. He may be a brilliant signing for us. I look at it and I go, playing left and playing right, he has ventured sometimes into the centre forward berth as well, so we could probably look at that and go, maybe. But for me, I look at it and I'm just looking solely at the fact that Manchester United are desperate to get rid of Jadon Sancho, and that's why we're looking at things like this. Swap deals possibly. Dortmund are up for it, and well, apparently they're up for it. We'll find out more in time, obviously when the window opens. But we know that Jadon Sancho is going to be out the door in January. You only have to listen to what Ten Hag has been saying. And there's a good interview with Ten Hag in the Times where there's a good few quotes. And Ten Hag was asked, would you change anything or say anything different regarding the Jadon Sancho saga and what has gone down? Ten Hag's response was, I would change nothing. I would change nothing. Nothing would be different in what I've done. He is very strict, he is very stubborn, and he is stuck in his ways. When he's made his mind up, he's made his mind up. It's done. Jadon Sancho has to leave Manchester United. It's as simple as that. He has to go this January. If he wants to play football, or if he wants to prolong his career, he's got to leave, because he's not going to play anything for Manchester United while Ten Hag is the manager. That has been made abundantly clear by Ten Hag and Jadon Sancho himself by not backing down on this whole situation and saga. So I look at it and I go, yep, Sancho done and dusted. The only problem we've got is how we get him out the bleeding door. Super chat in from Sandro Rodriguez. Cheers for that, buddy. Swap deal with Dortmund. Dortmund's tea lady. I don't care as long as we get rid of Sancho. That's what I'm talking about there. It is a case for Manchester United fans right now. A lot of them just get rid of Jadon Sancho. We don't care how we get rid of him, but if it means bringing another player in, it's a shame we haven't got a player in a position that we really need, because let's be honest, we've got an abundance of wingers right now, and that is the issue with what Manchester United are dealing with. It's, again, a player that was given a contract by Ed Woodward that is now a problem for United. Do you take the loss and just accept that we're going to get another player in for Jadon Sancho, and his wages have gone and he is out the door and there's no more problem? Well, there's no more problem with Jadon Sancho hanging around. We heard what Matic was saying about him. We've heard everything that's gone on. And to be honest, I look at Sancho's time at United with wasted, not good enough, abject performances. Never looked like he's been interested. Never looked like he was going to run that extra yard for us or put anything extra into this team. Very similar to Martial right now. He's on the list with the United fans as really just not bothered. Just get rid. It's like Sandro says there in the chat. Get out the door. See you later. Another problem gone, and we can move forward again. Maybe, like we said, we're not going to bring any money in for him. We're bringing in another decent winger in Daniel Malen. I mean, you guys let me know what you think of Malen. I mean, Sancho, are you just looking to get rid? Let's just get through a few of your chat right now. Malen is very versatile, can play on multiple positions, striker on both wings, rapid, direct, great with both feet, says Red Devil TV. He has got that. I mean, like you said, he's been brought up in the right academies. Arsenal, PSV, Ajax. He's learnt the right way. Tidy footballer, good output, good assists, good goals, and like I said, versatile from both sides. Another quick player that does track back and probably works well in Ten Hag's system as one of them players that will just work and graft and press. And we talked about this last night. How do you change things up playing that way against Chelsea? How can you make it better than what it is? Better players coming in. So we need to clear the decks, which is what we spoke about yesterday, to bring in players that can possibly help that system and make it work better. Is Malen one of them? Get your comments in now, guys, because I want to know what you think about this. Let me just see. JW says, the question I'm wondering is, where are Dortmund okay letting this guy go if he is so good? Do they rate Jadon Sancho higher, is what I would say to that, JW. I think that's what we're looking at in this. Are Dortmund desperate enough to bring Sancho back in? All they know from Jadon Sancho, and they're probably scratching their heads, pretty much like Juve were with Pogba, as to how Jadon Sancho is not playing in Manchester United's team, considering how bad we are. Because he was pulling up trees for Dortmund week in, week out, season after season after season. I mean, the main 3 seasons he had there, his stats were off the scale. So you've got to look at this and say, are Dortmund keen enough to bring Sancho in, rather than why are they so keen to get rid of Malen? That's what I was saying. Malen's played a lot this season. He's only missed one Champions League game, so he's played in all the big important games, and he's got decent numbers. 5 goals already this season. I mean, there's no United player that's got that. Bundesliga, I know it's a different league, but still, he's consistent with them. Can we turn that into something that'll work in the Premier League? Stephanie says we need hungry team players, not selfish individuals, in my opinion. He could be one of them, Stephanie. Very true. Richard, Ineos might think differently about Sancho and veto it. If they do, then Ten Hag is gone. So, Richie, I do not believe that is going to happen when Ineos come in, because they are going to back the manager. They pretty much have to, after what Ten Hag has done. And any issue he's got is a problem that Ineos have got also. So I don't think he's going to rock the boat with the manager. I think the easiest thing to do is to probably get rid of Sancho. I can't see there being any turnaround from Manchester United as a club. Even if Ineos come in, Sancho is out the door in January. My concern is some of the players are siding with Sancho, so get rid of him is the best way to deal with that, Craig. And I think this is where United are going with this. If he's not at the club, he's not an issue, is there? That's what we have to look at in this. Take the problem out of the equation, and then it's not a problem. Simple dynamics of football. I understand the player power side of things, and I understand how much quite clear power he did have at Manchester United, but he's been completely taken away now, so he's not even training with the first team. He's a goner. He's gone. Will Malen come in and make any difference? Probably give us more, 100%. I could guarantee he's going to give us more than what Sancho has. Because even when he was supposedly alright, he wasn't great. So for me, yeah, I can see why it works. I'm not totally blown away by the signing, but like we discussed yesterday, we have to look at players that are going to work in Ten Hag's system and work for Ten Hag. Forget about the flair and the quality. Does the player fit the system? If we're going to back a manager properly, it needs to be players that are going to work the right way. I'm going to mention another name and get your opinions on it before we finish up on this section as well. Don't worry about being late, DJ John. No problem at all. Malen has had one good season, bang average before. Was he bang average, Rich F? His goals in Eredivisie and Bundesliga have been decent. He only just joined Dortmund in 2021. So, good record in Eredivisie before he moved to Dortmund. Good season last season. I'm opening it up to you guys. You let me know what you think. I'm with you a little bit though, Richie. I mean, I look at stats and I don't even worry about stats, to be honest. I look at how it's going to work for us. That's the main thing in all of this. Don't forget to give the video a like, everyone. Let's try and get up to the 100 mark again before we finish up the stream. We've got plenty of time yet. We've got loads to get through. We are going to have a good shunt through into the game later on. Sorry, tomorrow. So I'm actually out doing Christmas stuff later, so we may, if I don't have time, just going to go over the Bournemouth preview as well later on in this video. But yes, 2+1, we need hungry young players and get rid of the old guard. 100%, yes, 100% we do. Is he hungry enough? Is he good enough? Is he going to work hard enough? Yeah, he will. I'm pretty certain of that. But again, there's the pressure of wearing that United shirt where many have crumbled. Proper scouting is what is needed here. Have we looked at it enough? Has he done enough before to convince us that we are definitely getting a player that's going to work for us? We don't want players hanging around in the squad just rotting away. We never want that. It's never worked before, so we have to be very, very careful. We do. Have we not got someone in the youth system that could come through again? I look at it and I go, Palestra, Ahmad, Antony, Rashford, Garnacho. We got plenty of wingers. The only reason we're talking about it, like I said at the start, is because Jadon Sancho is such a problem and it's going to be such a nightmare to get rid of and off our books. We're having to think of make-weight deals, finding a different way to make things work. And it may be something like this. I didn't think about it last night. Honestly, didn't think anyone would want Sancho in the first place. I had my money on like Saudi and him just going there. But Dortmund could easily be a way out. Daz Salford says, hope Rashford is dropped on Saturday. It will wind me up if he starts. Will Ten Hag try and freshen the squad up? That's the question. And will he use that as an excuse? to bring Rashford back in. Rashford has to work his way back in. J. Cole says, swapping Sancho for Malen, United in the mud. Well, in the mud, but we're trying to dig ourselves out of it. So I think these are the sort of things United are going to have to grin and bear and just take on the chin in terms of getting rid of the deadwood. Because for me, Sancho is deadwood now, and there's no way back for him. So we have to find a way around it, and we have to deal with the consequences that was the contract he was given and the stupid amount of money we paid for him. We didn't do our own work. It's as simple as that. That's what happens. You have to then take the loss and the embarrassment of it, and United will. United getting rid of top ballers for bums. This is the heritage of United Football Club. Jadon Sancho is not a top baller, Jay. I totally disagree with you there. I respect your opinion on it, but he's done nothing for United. I don't care what he's done before. He stepped on the field for United, he's done nothing. And I'm not just digging out Sancho. There's a few of them at the club right now in that category. So this is just about Sancho because the news has come out today. I really don't want to be talking about Sancho. I just want him gone, to be honest. I'm sick of him, but it is a hot topic at the moment, and probably United's biggest problem in January. It really is. Ten Hag needs 2 or 3 years to get rid of the deadwood and stop bringing in players on stupid contracts. Yes, we do. Dobby is free. Adam, do you think Rashford can redeem himself? His attitude against Newcastle was pathetic. Rashford, yeah, I think he'll be given a chance to redeem himself, unlike Jadon Sancho. Off the field antics, I feel, killed Sancho. Rashford has shown last season that he has got something. Sancho hasn't. I think Ten Hag trusts more in Rashford and hopes that dropping him will actually click in with Rashford, that he needs to do more. It has to now. It has to. When you've got Garnacho playing ahead of you, Anthony now playing ahead of you, then you've got to start thinking, oh damn, yeah, I really have to start upping my game, otherwise this is going to be embarrassing for me. And let's not forget, there are a lot of good forwards. You watched Gerard Bowen last night for West Ham. You only have to watch the other forwards in this league, the English forwards that are performing. If Rashford gets dropped, I know Southgate will probably end up picking him because Southgate's an idiot. Is that harsh? A bit harsh on Southgate? Harsh wording or phrasing? Maybe not. But for me, I look at Southgate and I go, how and why? I was baffled by the Harry Maguire one constantly. We have better centre-backs in the league. Maguire has come back and probably rightly deserves his spot in England again right now. But only now. Rashford does not belong in that England team. There are miles better players than him right now. And Rashford has to start thinking. And people like Southgate don't help the issue. Because Rashford just thinks he's playing well because he's being picked every single international call-up. He just walks into that England team. It's that entitlement attitude that these players have got, which is just destroying anything that managers like Ten Hag want to do. They think that they can just walk into United's team, walk into England's team. The standards are that low. It's like, what is going to push them to go past that? A youth player on the pitch and him sat on the bench is exactly what Rashford needs. Earn your way back into the team. When someone else drops out of form or gets injured, you're welcome back. Can you take that opportunity? If not, you back out again. Simple. A few more comments coming in. Justin says, so Jim and Eric Ten Hag are clearly working together already. They are forcing out all the overpaid players, De Gea, Sancho, Varane and Casemiro. This is not a coincidence, Adam. Thoughts? Yeah, there could be something in this. Manchester United, like we said, are on a knife edge when it comes to financial fair play and the sustainability rules for the Premier League. They are tinkering on the edge. They need to cut it. The wage bill will definitely help in terms of the sustainability factor in all of the rules that are out there right now. But yeah, I can see it. I don't think you're going to see the marquee super contract player ever come into Manchester United again. You're not going to see it. Marcus Rashford, some would say, probably earned his way to it. I argue the point of how much he's getting still, but for anyone to be earning over 200 grand at Manchester United a week now, I feel you have to be next level. There has to be a precedent set. There has to be a line drawn now in the sand. United's wage bill is down. Ronaldo went. Sancho will be out the door. It won't be long before Varane and Casemiro follow. And yeah, you look at everyone else's wages past that on United's wage structure, it starts to drop dramatically. It really does. And they're not being as stupid. So yeah, I do think, Justin, that there is something in that. I do believe that Manchester United, even without Ineos, are having to change tact anyway and bring themselves back in line with financial fair play. They really are. No one is on mega money past them names that I've just said. You could say that Casemiro and Varane, world-class players, probably deserve that amount of money. Coming straight from Real Madrid, top players who've won everything. You could argue the point for them maybe that they deserve it, but anyone else coming in, these young prospects, I think this is where United are going with it now. They're going to build a team rather than buy one. I just think they're going to get the quick fix. Let me just see what else we've got in here. Rashford is no bigger than United, says Stephen. No, he's not. Harsh words, question mark. No, true. Yes, thank you for that. Let me see. No way Dortmund going to take back hangover Sancho, says Chris. Well, Dortmund love Sancho. They're always praising Jadon Sancho, so there is a possibility. They are fully interested. That is concrete interest, and so is Juve apparently. Whether or not Saudi's come in as well. But if United can get another player in, I just don't like the fact that it's... I'm not saying anything against Malen. He doesn't really stand out for me as a player that Manchester United really need. I just wish it was someone else, like a defender or someone we really need, like an option for a fullback or another midfielder. But the best midfielder, I think United's problem right now is the positions that we need players for, we have to go and get not the very best, but a very good player in that position. I feel like with Mainu, I think we've got the potential of an outstanding player. I think if Casemiro does go, which I think won't be till the summer anyway, then we need someone like a Paulinho or something like that. I know he's going to end up probably at Fulham, but someone of that sort of calibre, just below, because we're not going to be able to afford the very best. We're not going to be able to get the Declan Rice sort of players. We're going to be looking in the market of like the Paulinho, like the 60, 70 max. Would you pay 60 million for someone like Paulinho? That's what you're talking. That's what it's going to take. Give Erik Ten Hag at the time belief that Arsenal gave Arteta, and we will see a change for the better. Let's have some patience. He's going to need patience, DJ John. It really is. As I've said before, 3 or 4 years, have United fan base got that in them? If Ten Hag is as firm-handed and strict as he was in that team selection with Chelsea the other night, the fans will get behind him, he will get more time, and eventually we will be able to just wean out the crap and the headaches which have poisoned Manchester United's playing squad over the last 10 years. They really have. Daz Salford, I was going to have a party if we got Qatar, but seeing how it ain't going to happen, I will have to have a party when Sancho goes. Well, let's make weight. That'll do us. 58 likes. Let's get liking the video, everybody. Cheers for tuning in. Another video a bit earlier today. We are looking to sort of do now, going forward, a couple of live shows a day. We're going to try and schedule them in so you guys know exactly when they're happening. So, yeah, we're looking to do 2 live shows a day going forward. It's not going to happen straight away, just while we sort of integrate and go into the new year. I think that's where we're going with everything on the channel. And obviously we're going to have all the match day content as well, which is going to change up a little bit, but all for good and all for the better. And yeah, we'll definitely keep you updated on everything as we go. And don't forget to go and follow the Forever United FUTV Twitter page as well, where we'll keep updating you there with all the news and everything going on. And don't forget, guys, if you are a member, if not, you can just drop down in the link below and click on that membership link. Choose your option there. There will be a redraw for the 1988 third away shirt, which is a giveaway to you from me. So yeah, get on to the membership and look out for the community post, which will go out to all members over this weekend regarding how you enter again. So yeah, keep going, Adam. Rooting for you. Raghav say thank you very much. I'm always going straight forward, looking ahead. Onwards and upwards, as we say. Do you think we might have turned the corner if we play well again on Saturday? Yes. Good question, Daz. I actually do think that Manchester United might have turned the corner, only if Ten Hag picks that same team again. I don't like to keep going in on Marcus Rashford and keep saying his name and bringing him up, but he is top news at the moment, isn't he? He is what everyone is talking about. If Rashford doesn't play on Saturday, automatically I'm thinking Ten Hag has seen the light and we are moving forward. There has been a change. We might as well move into Bournemouth and this weekend as well, because Bournemouth are going to be a tough outfit for us at weekend. They really are. They're in good form. They've turned the corner big time. They've drew with Aston Villa. They've beaten Newcastle over the last 4 games. 10 points out of 12. Very difficult fixture for Manchester United. We cannot take them lightly at weekend. Ten Hag has turned the corner in the team that he picked against Chelsea, only if he does the same thing again when we play Bournemouth this weekend. Don't disrupt a winning team. It's a simple fact in football. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Ten Hag, I don't think... I've still not got the whole confidence that he's going to drop Rashford until someone falls out of form or we start losing or something like that. I just feel like there is still something there with Ten Hag and Rashford, and he wants him to do well. He's talked him up and said he will come back into form. He will start scoring goals again. Our argument as fans was, how long are you going to keep losing games trying to wait for Marcus Rashford to come back to form? Because that's what was happening. We were giving him the chance to the detriment of points in our league form, and that's why we are where we are. We have got back, and luckily we are still in the race. We got a bit of momentum against Chelsea, so let's not let that slide away now and go back and revert back to type and go bring Rashford back in. Højlund, Anthony Garnacho, that was the system that works up top. That was the energy. Play them again. The midfield, I think Kobe Mainoo has a chance of coming back in, maybe for Amrabat. McTominay, Mainoo, Bruno. Amrabat played well enough to keep his place as well. I don't think there'd be many United fans who would have a problem if we started exactly the same team that started against Chelsea. The fan base are not stupid. They appreciate the effort that went on Wednesday and happy to keep the same team. That's what it is. Cheers for the super sticker, DJ John C. Coolio, thank you for that, mate. Guys, don't forget, get to liking the video as well. We're almost there. Just 20 odd away now from the 100 mark. Let's get to the 100, please. Everyone in the chat, just give it a like. If you like it, then like it. Yes, like you like it. McTominay is 27 now, right? He's going to get... Is he going to get any better, says Dolby. I think he's talking with someone else in the chat there, but I understand that. I still think... Andre, hello. Adam! Explanation marks. Hello to you in the chat as well. I still think Scott McTominay is a squad player, personally. I think without his goals, he's very average this season. That may seem harsh because he has contributed. But I still think his game isn't good enough for us. It's just my honest opinion on McTominay. Credit to him. He was the one making them runs. He's timed his runs well and he's got us the goals, important goals, and won us the game. So I can't slag McTominay off for that. I still think he's a squad player to come in and use as and when we need him, and I think that's where we need to keep McTominay. I think Manchester United need to be investing in that midfield in a better player. And if Casemiro leaves, we 100% do need to invest in another player in that area. Let's see. Yes, we have shown Rashford a ton of patience, and people Eric Ten Hag out. DJ John, yep. People don't understand. I mean, there's plenty of people that have got this whole player agenda still going on. There's lots of fans who think, like Sancho, think he's been treated bad. They think Rashford should have been dropped a long time ago. People think Rashford should be playing every single game. Yes, Victor, it is Adam from the United Stand. This is FUTV, this is my channel, and this is where you will see me now all the time, as well as top of the league as well. Welcome along. Make sure if you are just tuning in for the first time that you do hit that subscribe button as well, everyone. Fantastic viewing figures as always. And like I said a minute ago, we are looking to bring out more content daily, probably 2 live shows in between all of the other breaking news stuff and matchday content as well. So if you do like it, make sure you like the video and subscribe, and obviously share the video because sharing is caring, everyone. Amrabat's best game for United on Wednesday, says Stephanie. 100% agree with that. Are you guys? Let me know straight away. Actually, I'm going to put a poll up in the chat. right now. I'm just going to put this in. Bear with me 1 second, everyone. Would you play the same team? Would you play the same team this weekend? Let me know what you think. Yes or no, guys. Simple poll in the chat right now. Would you play the same team this weekend, exactly man for man as we did against Chelsea? Let me know what you think. I would go with that. I'm always for keeping a winning team. Everyone who has played well deserves another chance. And hopefully, Ten Hag doesn't revert back to what I was worrying about and bringing the likes of Rashford back in. Or Martial. They don't deserve to be back in. Until they're needed, i.e. a player drops out of form in that front line now, or he's injured, then no, we shouldn't be having to change it. Unless that player is struggling fatigue-wise. I do understand game after game after game at this time of year, we may see players coming in just to freshen things up. You only have to look at Newcastle last night, and now they're struggling because they can't freshen it up and bring other players in. What time are you on later? I sent you congrats on LinkedIn. It's only alright. Only platform. I don't do Facebook, Snapchat, or Instagram. That's alright, Daz. You can thank me here as well. We need more players who arrive in the box at the right time. That's from Big T. Yes, we do. We definitely do. The old Scholesy-esque players, them ones, they're worth their weight in gold. City are full of that type of player. That's like a Bernardo Silva, a Phil Foden type player, that one, isn't it? Yes, same team. Maybe rotate for buying on Tuesday, says Steve Nolan. Let's see what else. Yes, 100%. 100%. A lot of people saying we need to keep the same team. Mr. Miracle says, if do play the same team, will this be the first time this season we played the same team twice back to back? I'm not too sure on that one. We're going to have to double check that one out. Not far away from the 100 likes now, guys. 82 in the bag. Let's get that going. Get them likes up, everyone. Let's get to 100 before we finish up today. J. Cole again says, I would like to see Amrabat and Mainu, Van der Beek in midfield. Honestly, Van der Beek, he's not had a chance. Let's just say that. I know that he's not had a chance, but what is this man doing in training to just not be anywhere near that first team? He mustn't be doing anything right in training, because he's literally just sat on the bench constantly. He's not even in the Champions League squad. Will someone just come and buy Donny van der Beek? Please, someone just come and take him away, because we are desperate right now. We are in desperate need of a replacement in that midfield, and we've got too many players just sat there in the way, like Donny van der Beek. No disrespect to him, but he is in the way. He's just in the way, and we need someone else to come through. It's as simple as that. McTominay has been used in the wrong position for the last 6 years. He is not a defensive player. His attacking prowess is clear to see. Give McTominay a season in attack and then judge him. Well, we are playing him further forward, Big T. I think that has been recognised by Scotland as well, and Steve Clarke. We've got to give him credit for that. But Scott McTominay was an attacking midfielder in his youth days at Manchester United as well. We can blame Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Jose Mourinho for trying to turn McTominay into a defensive midfielder. I totally agree he is not a defensive midfielder. He isn't good enough. I don't think he can play on the half term. He hasn't got the qualities needed for that position for me. So I say Scott McTominay, no, he's best in that front area, like arriving to the box late, arriving for headers like he was. Just being a nuisance up top. He's a good target man. He's a big fella. 6'4". He's decent in the air as well. Strong. So, yeah. When he's running up and down the pitch, I start to worry. I do. Let Bruno do that. Even maybe push McTominay into the 10 ahead of Bruno being in an 8 with Mainu. Just a thought. Let me know what you think. Who will replace McTominay with? Who will we replace McTominay with up higher? In terms of the team that we've got right now, Sahil? Or are you talking about transfers coming in? Let me know. Average performance in the wrong position, Dobet. At Ajax, he used to be so good. Who was so good, T? Totally lost in the conversation there. Rashford on second half in place of Højlund. Just to rest Højlund for Bayern Munich, says Gareth. Best shout, similar to what we did against Chelsea in the week, maybe give him a little bit longer. I think what happened with Højlund is just working his ass off right now, and no one is seeing any benefit in it. They're all just looking for his goals. The other players around him are benefiting from it because he's creating space by taking defenders away. That's his game. He's like a bulldozer, just constantly battering defenders, backing in, running, pressing. That's what he's all about. And I think we've had a few players who have prospered from that this season. Almost there with the likes, everyone. Keep at it, please. Only 10 more to go to hit that 100 mark. Good stuff, as always. Donny van der Beek. Yes, sorry, T. Thank you for that. And yeah, I mean, I had some interesting quotes I want to talk about from Ten Hag as well. Talking when interviewed by the Times about Manchester United. Interesting, he should say. United are a massive club constructed by Sir Alex Ferguson, but over the last 10 years they have dropped. Yes, they have. So Ten Hag talking about the old regime failing there at Manchester United. He was said not to take this job by people he knew. It was an impossible job. He's already admitted it's the toughest job of his career. Well, I'd expect that. Manchester United, I feel, is, alongside Real Madrid, the hardest job as a manager in world football. The expectation level is too much for managers. So yes, I feel like we are expecting words like that to come out of Ten Hag's mouth, because it is. We know, we've seen managers with pedigree come to Manchester United and fall by the wayside, as well as players. So we know how tough it is. People love United or they hate United. Ten Hag is learning. He's learning. He also said it was like that at Ajax in Holland. The big clubs are like that. Obviously, Manchester United have that hate following as well, which is quite clear. So, yeah, you look at Manchester United, you either love what they've done or you hate them. You really do. You've just got to, as a United fan, accept, and as a player and as a manager, accept that hate your way. It's just hard for the fans because we can't do anything about it. Ten Hag and the players can do everything about it. And that's the annoying thing being a United fan. It's watching them players, knowing that you're going to get stick for how crap they are, and they really don't give a toss. That's what it's been like. More like we had against Chelsea on Wednesday, please. That's what Manchester United need. That's what we need to get to. And that's what's important in all of this. That United actually, under Ten Hag, start to build that philosophy and that style of play. And we're only going to do that if Ten Hag sticks to his guns in how he's treating players. Maybe there's an element of what was said when there was all that fallout in the leaks about certain players getting favouritism more than others. Maybe is that side of it that he needs to bin. That's where we're going, I think, with this one. But yeah, just to recap on everything that has happened. Manchester United, according to Christian Folk, are interested in Daniel Malen as a swap deal for Jadon Sancho. Malen, right winger, left winger, direct, fast, Dutch player, Dutch international. Again, there's your Ten Hag link. Another Dutch player. Is that what you want at Manchester United? Would you accept that if it was the only way to get Jadon Sancho out of the football club as well? That's what we've got to discuss in all of this. Is it a point of Manchester United just trying to get Sancho off the wage bill? Maybe a deal for Malen would work for us as a decent squad player. Would he be happy being a decent squad player? He's not as expensive as Jadon Sancho. Is that good enough for you? Is that what United should be doing, or is that too embarrassing for Manchester United? Should we be doing that? Let's just check the poll and see where we're at. Would you keep the same team that started against Chelsea for the game against Bournemouth this weekend? 89% of the vote is saying yes, keep the same team. Yeah, I'm going with that. I think we'll end that poll there. 89% of the audience today is saying definitely keep the same team. I agree. I do agree. Another player I wanted to touch on. I mean, this is going to wind a few people up a little bit. But I want to finish with the links to a player like Timo Werner. I know what you're saying. I know what you're automatically going to go to. Adam, are you smoking something when you mentioned that player's name as a possible United player? But I'm looking at players now that are going to work for Ten Hag. Is he that type of player? He's one of them sort of like Diego Forlan type players, isn't he? That's just going to run himself into the ground, but he's not going to score you any goals. United Way is loving the content. Cheers for that. Let me know what type of player Manchester United need. Is there anyone out there that can give me a forward player, a midfielder, and a defender that you would take that aren't going to be the so-called big name types of players? Is there anyone out there that you would go for? Let me know. Let me know. Get in the chat right now. Timo Werner has been muted in a few areas and a few outlets as interest in Manchester United. And RB Leipzig are open to that deal happening. So would you go for it? Would you take Timo Werner at Manchester United? He's a worker, he's a grafter, and you know Ten Hag will like that type of player. If we're going down the road of finding players to fit the system for Ten Hag, is Timo Werner one of them? That's what I want to know. Werner is another mount. So I think it's a bad idea, says Dobie is free. If Dortmund only value Malen at 30 million, is he really that good? It's a good question, Stephen. I think it's the case again. I keep saying it. It's the desperation of the club to try and get rid of Sancho. It's not so much about Malen, it's about getting rid of Sancho, I feel. That's my opinion on it. If Malen comes then, I'm afraid it means the end of Palestra. I love Palestra. He just needs to develop power in his legs. I understand that. Again, it's taken away another position. This channel is now the place to be. Great work, Adam, says Gehan. Thank you very much. Brilliant comments. You're going right to the top of the pile. We love comments like that, by the way. Good stuff. Adam, how about a poll? Who's the better 10, Bruno or McTominay? Come on. It is Bruno who's the better 10. Bruno's the better 8 as well. McTominay we're just dealing with because we haven't got anyone else. Like I said, we're talking about McTominay because he is going to be used by Ten Hag. I just want to have that other midfielder in who's better than him, and then we can play McTominay the way we should be playing him, sparingly off the bench and as a squad player when we need cover for a better midfielder. That's what it is. I thought Mason Mount was going to come in and just be the cover in 10 and Bruno would drop to 8. I just don't see how Ten Hag is going to work Mason Mount in unless he does that. Mason Mount needs to have that freedom and the top. He will work hard and he will give you that extra in that number 10 position. He'll be good in the press, but that means Bruno has to drop to 8. So for me, yeah, I don't know any. Is there any other? We do have a membership being gifted by Honest Tiger, which means we have hit the 100 like mark for the video. Thank you very much, everyone. Cheers for all your contributions as always. Jared Bowen deserves a shout. He does. More forward-related player, though. I'd love him at United. I was talking with Craig last night. He would take him at Liverpool in a heartbeat. He would. And he performed well last night at Tottenham. He's just a good player. I'd rather have him playing than Marcus Rashford for England. And that's coming from a United fan. Rashford has got to do a lot of convincing now for me. And I don't know if he's got it in him. I really don't know if he's got it in him. But we never know. Ten Hag may be able to turn it around. May be able to. We need to stop buying names and start creating names. Big T, great comment. That's exactly how I see it. Manchester United made their legends. We didn't buy them, did we? That's the way we've gone in the last 10 years because of that idiot Woodward. We can do things in the transfer market that other teams can only dream of. Well, that came back to bite you on the arse, didn't it, Ed? You left us in the absolute mud. Absolute mud. Manchester United wasting their time with Mick Sideways in midfield, says John Lane. Well, not wasting our time. He has a part to play. But if we keep starting him, it's going to be limited as to how much we're going to be able to benefit from it, is what I would say with McTominay. I mean, going off what you guys have said in the chat today and your opinion on Malen, it's not one of a player that we desperately need. So right now, I'm just going to put a poll up to finish up, actually. Let's just put this in right now. See what you think about this one. Would you take Malen if it meant getting rid of... Oh, I've just done all that typing and I've not even got it in my box. Yeah, let's just do it again. Sorry, guys. Idiot. I'm on idiot mode. Plonker. Would take... Sorry, bear with me a second. If it meant getting rid of Sancho. There you go. That's the one, guys. What do you reckon? Let me know what you think. Would you take Malen if it meant getting rid of Jadon Sancho? Because that is the ultimate. That's the question in all of this today. Joe Linton from Newcastle, says Victor. Good shout. Never going to get him. I don't think Eddie Howe's going to let anyone go. Definitely not in January because his squad is depleted anyway. But yeah, I want to know your thoughts on this. Jadon Sancho, would you take Malen if it meant getting rid of Sancho? That's the question in all of this, because I don't think this is about Malen. I think it's about Sancho. And I think United are just looking, and Dortmund have offered this olive branch apparently. I mean, if it doesn't have to be Malen, is there another player out there that you think, is there a player at Juve you would take in to Manchester United as a mate weight for Jadon Sancho to soften the blow to make it work? Is there someone else out there, another club you would try and flog Sancho to? If there's someone that you want in at the club, get your thoughts in. It's your show as well as mine, guys. I want your opinions on everything. Is there another player out there you would take? Remove the toxic, selfish players from our club. So yes, says Stephanie. I would, but I don't think Malen is anything special. Get Sancho's wages off the books, and he's an okay replacement. See, January could turn around and be decent for United. You could get a player like Malen and you could get rid of Danny van der Beek. A couple more players maybe if they did really want to go, and just bring in the right type of players. If we brought in Malen and Todibo because we sold, say, Varane in January and Sancho went as part of that deal, we're bringing in players on a lot less wages who are going to benefit the club even more and actually probably play more. Better injury records, want to give more. Is that the way United should be going forward? Or do we just keep what we've got, get rid of players when we can, if it's summer or if it's January, and then try and make all of our transfers like we should do as a big club when the summer window opens? Because that's when United really do need to be making their mark. We need to make a definite signing in exchange for Sancho. We don't want to get him out and bring in an average player. We need a top quality replacement. Do we need a replacement for Sancho? That's another question I want to ask. Not directly on the right wing, I mean by that. Do we need a player for one of our forward positions, or can we just get the right player we need, like a defender, like another midfielder? Is there anyone out there you would bring in? I'd take Malen's grandmother if it means getting rid of Jadon Sancho, says Wayne. Fair enough. Fair enough. Malen's grandmother, I don't know how good she is. Don't know if she's played ball at all, but yeah, our chat is our chat is definitely on the page of, by any way means, get Sancho out of this football club. Keep liking the video, everyone. Cheers for that, Stephanie. We've done well today for a early show. Again, brilliant stuff, guys. We're building the audience. We're building the channel. We're already well over 30,000, onto a couple of hundred over soon enough, hopefully by the end of today. And then, well, we're chasing down the 50 next. 50 is the one that we want next. Let's read through a few of your comments before we finish up. Let's give Palestri more game time, says DJ John. I agree on that. Danny was only successful at Ajax as a sub. When all good players were sold, he was promoted to a starter. He was sold by Erik ten Hag the following season. Sold by Ten Hag for Ten Hag to then have to deal with Donny van der Beek, and we found out how he's dealing with Donny. Doesn't rate him, and he's sat on the bench constantly. Super chat in from HuggyBoy82. Cheers for that. Do we want a player other teams don't want? Good question. Very good question, Huggy Boy. No, we don't. But this guy is actually playing for Dortmund this season quite a lot as well. So, is he... Oh, I don't know if he's good enough, let's be honest. We don't, and we're never going to know until we actually see him in a United shirt, if that does happen. But that's the question that we're going to ask any player that's coming into United. But guys, let me know what you think. If you are just watching the video later on when it is uploaded to YouTube, don't forget to drop your comments in. Is this a good enough move? Are you happy just getting rid of Sancho? And is this the only way we can get rid of Jadon Sancho? Let me know what you think, everybody. But for now, that is it. We are done and dusted. I will try and get back later. I'm in my busy schedule to try and do a look ahead to the Bournemouth game. If not, that will be a show live in the morning on Saturday morning, something a little bit different. But yeah, guys, let me know what you think. Drop your comments in on the video. Cheers for all of your likes. Cheers for your donated memberships again, Honest Tiger, and everyone's super chats. Brilliant stuff. Like, share and subscribe to FUTV. I'm out of here for now, everyone. Have a great rest of the day. We're looking forward to the weekend of football.